The truth doesn't arrive like thunder. It seeps in like dawn through old curtains. It touches memories you'd sworn were healed, illuminating their corners with quiet precision. Every compliment that felt heavy, every smile that hid calculation, begins to replay, not to wound you again, but to show you what was really sacred about your endurance. Heaven's ultraviolet sweeps through time. What you thought were random heartbreaks form a pattern, curriculum disguised as chaos. Your timeline rearranges itself until even betrayal looks like choreography. Even my close friend, when I trusted, who shared my bread, has turned against me. Psalm 41, verse 9. You see it now. Every rejection redirected you. Every silence saved you from counterfeit loyalty. The divine investigation concludes. You were never unlucky, only protected by exposure. Images flood your mind. Birthdays with false laughter. Rooms where your name was used as currency. It hurts. But this time the pain feels clean, like surgery under mercy's hand. You realize God never let you lose people. He let you see them. Lightning flashes across the archive of memory, burning one sentence into your spirit. You weren't cursed. You were clarified. The angels record the verdict in light. Case: betrayal/status, transformed. Heaven stamps your heart with a seal trusted by fire. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Genesis 50, verse 20. Your tears no longer testify of loss. They notarize wisdom. You survived a lesson others refused to learn. The years weren't wasted. They were weighed, and you were found genuine. If old wounds are glowing instead of bleeding, type 999. Heaven has finished the audit. Betrayal was training, not punishment. They gathered in rooms you were never meant to enter. Dim lights, nervous laughter, and sentences stitched together with fear. Each spoke your name like a password, half envy, half confusion. They thought they were hiding from you. They were performing for heaven. The Federal Bureau of Illumination recorded every whisper, not to expose them, but to archive your grace. The meeting minutes read like prophecy. Attempted sabotage converted to strategy. Every plan designed to delay you became part of your timeline's defense system. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54, verse 17. One leaned close to another and said, "We'll make sure they never rise." In that instant, an angel in the rafters smiled. Heaven heard never and wrote now. Their alliances were made of insecurity, not strategy. Their confidence was counterfeit. Your calling was not. What they didn't realize is that betrayal collapses under its own weight. The more they spoke, the more truth traced their outlines. You were never losing support. You were being sifted, refined, unburdened. When people conspired, heaven conspired louder. Their tables of deceit became your altars of discernment. Their gossip became GPS for destiny. Each slide pointed the way to your next assignment. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23, verse 5. The meeting adjourned in silence, their signatures fading like smoke. But in the archives above, the minutes glowed permanently. Subject responded with mercy, authorization for elevation granted. You never needed to defend yourself. Heaven had already filed a rebuttal. The very plots against you became your proof of purpose. And in that cosmic court, a simple note appeared beside your name, solid under surveillance. If you sense hidden resistance turning into hidden promotion, type 999. The secret meetings are over. Heaven has adjourned the case in your favor. The archives hum awake. Shelves made of light unfold into infinite corridors, each holding scrolls of human intention. Among them, one folder pulses, case number 7779. Betrayal file. Angels in white gloves of flame lift it with reverence. They know the weight of what it holds. Every page is a transcript of whispers, promises that died in mid-sentence, smiles that concealed strategy. The ink is not black, it's memory. Lines shimmer and rearrange into patterns only heaven can read. What looks like conspiracy to man, heaven classifies as curriculum of compassion. The first page reveals a season where silence surrounded you. Names you trusted vanished from your side, replaced by theories about your downfall. But instead of defending yourself, you built quietly, prayed quietly, healed loudly in secret. Each act of restraint registers as radiation of light. Nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest. Luke 8, verse 17. The investigators of mercy note an anomaly. Though multiple betrayals detected, no bitterness found. It shouldn't be possible, yet the data glows undeniable. Your endurance distorted their equation. Love entered the variables. The angels annotate the report. Subjects faith stable under prolonged deception. Grace levels exceed expected thresholds. Pages turn like seasons. The document of deceit becomes a book of deliverance. What began as accusation ends as archive of authenticity. In the final section, written in gold script, one summary line appears. Every shadow tried to obscure them. The light kept leaking through. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8, verse 32. Heaven files a document permanently under your name, category, redeemed records. No deletion, no redaction, just divine transparency. Betrayal documented, integrity proven, and as the folder closes, a seal burns across its cover. Evidence complete, subject unbreakable. If you feel the truth of your story being quietly vindicated, type 999. The records are open. Heaven has logged your loyalty as eternal evidence. There was a table once, long, warm, full of laughter, the kind of laughter that disguises envy, so well it almost sounds like love. You didn't know that some of those hands breaking bread, beside you were breaking trust behind you. Every toast to your name carried a trace of their fear that you might outgrow them. The angels watched in silence, not to stop the betrayal, but to document the transformation, because heaven never wastes heartbreak. It curates it. The night it all collapsed still lives inside your bones. You remember the chair that stayed empty, the message that never came, the friend who became a rumor. It wasn't just disloyalty, it was disillusionment, sacred surgery on the soul. The table didn't break to punish you. It broke to release you. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23, verse 5. The feast was never canceled. It was relocated to peace. The plates now are made of purpose. The food is wisdom, and the guests are silence and gratitude. Heaven rebuilt the table in your heart, and only honesty received an invitation. The angels who once recorded betrayal now record your restraint. They write, subject responded with stillness. Retaliation equals 0%. Clarity equals 100. And the director of destiny signs beneath, approved for promotion through forgiveness. You once thought love meant keeping everyone seated. Now you understand, love sometimes means clearing the table. God didn't remove people to punish you. He removed actors to reveal the audience. Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Proverbs 27, verse 5. The new feast is simple. Peace served with purpose, joy as a drink, freedom as dessert. And this time, no one eats pretending. The light that fills the room isn't fire. It's forgiveness made visible. When you raise your cup, you whisper not revenge but release. They taught me loyalty by betraying it. The angels applaud softly. Heaven updates the record. Case file amended. Table restored / host enlightened. If you've had to rebuild your peace from the fragments of false friendship, type 999. The table is set again, this time, only truth has a seat. When heaven investigates, there are no handcuffs, only mirrors. The court of light convenes in silence. Every archangel takes their seat. In the center floats the record of your years, glowing with both grief and grace. The case title reads, Betrayal versus Becoming. The presiding judge, robed in dawn, opens a file. Witnesses step forward, not people, but moments. The night you forgave without apology. The morning you blessed those who left. The season you stayed, though kindness was returned. Each memory testifies, voice steady. They remained merciful. The prosecutor is silence. There is no accusation strong enough to stand. Every false story collapses under the weight of documented truth. Screens of memory replay all your tests, yet every frame ends with compassion instead of complaint. The Lord tests the righteous. Psalm 11, verse 5. An angel from the Bureau of Endurance steps forward, holding a crystal vial. Inside it glows your patience, distilled, concentrated, eternal. Evidence item number 444. he says. Subject endured betrayal without bitterness. Another presents a ledger of your prayers for those who betrayed you. Each line radiates forgiveness. Even heaven seems astonished at the volume. The judge reads a final summary aloud. Compassion sustained under corruption. Case verdict. Betrayal unsuccessful. A great silence follows, the kind that means completion. Then, softly, thunder applauds. The gavel falls, not in wrath, but in recognition. Mercy triumphs over judgment. James 2, verse 13. Angels begin to sing the result into creation, so that even time will remember. Subject, remain merciful. The decree travels down through galaxies, echoing in every realm you once wept in. Where you were misjudged, you are now memorialized. Where you were excluded, you are now exalted. Heaven's final notation blazes across the record. Verdict, loyalty untainted. And for the first time in years, you feel it. That rare peace that comes when the highest court clears your name. If life's trials have proven your heart stronger than your wounds, type 999. Heaven has finished its investigation. Mercy won the case. It doesn't happen with thunder or headlines. Exposure comes like sunrise, gentle, inevitable, undeniable. You start to notice it first in the air. Conversations that once felt magnetic now feel hollow. Eyes that used to meet yours now dart away, searching for the script they lost. The season of pretending is over. Heaven flips the lights on. Every mask, every illusion of loyalty begins to melt under the temperature of truth. Yet there's no chaos, no spectacle, just clarity, soft but surgical. Those who loved you for the light stay. Those who loved your shadow vanish. No anger, only recognition. There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed. Luke 12, verse 2. Friends fade like fog at dawn, not because you curse them, but because you changed altitude. Betrayal was never your ending. It was your elevation. People who once towered over you now look up, confused how peace made you taller. You don't gloat, you glow. The angels take notes as relationships rearrange themselves. Subject, entering revelation stage. Attachments recalibrating. Your atmosphere thins. Fewer voices, cleaner frequencies. You realize that what you lost in numbers you gained in authenticity. Those who plotted quietly are exposed quietly. A text unsent, a call unanswered, an invitation withheld. Heaven's gentle way of cutting cords without scandal. The divine surgeon leaves no scars, only space. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John 8, verse 32. In the court above, angels file the update. Masks dissolved. Subject standing unmasked, unafraid. For the first time, the mirror reflects only you. No distortions, no borrowed reflections. You finally see the face heaven always saw. And when the last mask falls, there is no hatred left, only gratitude. Because truth never humiliates, it liberates. The light whispers the official declaration through your spirit. End of illusion, beginning of intimacy. If people are quietly revealing their truth and it no longer hurts, type 999. The exposure isn't punishment, it's purification. The world expects noise after betrayal. Speech is proofs, a performance of pain. But you give them silence, and that silence is louder than thunder. No revenge, no post, no I told you so. Just stillness deep enough to echo across realms. You sit in the aftermath like a king who's already seen the verdict, because you have. Heaven briefed you on the outcome long before the audience knew the script. The betrayers were never enemies. They were midwives. They pulled too soon, spoke too soon, acted too soon, and in their haste they helped deliver the version of you prophecy required. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, verse 10. Forgiveness becomes your rebellion. You disarm hell by refusing to replay it. Their lies no longer sting. They simply sound outdated. Every insult has expired. You've outlived the rumor. In the higher chambers of the Bureau of Mercy, angels record a note. Subject exhibits divine restraint under provocation. Classification, royal composure. Heaven promotes in silence. You walk differently now, slower, deliberate, unbothered. Peace fits you like armor. You become immune to drama because you finally understand its purpose. to reveal who was ready for your next chapter and who wasn't. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Luke 23, verse 34. Even the memory of betrayal begins to lose color. It turns sepia, then transparency, then light. You realize that forgiveness isn't weakness, it's graduation. Your calm is your crown. So when people ask, "Aren't you angry?" you smile, because rage would mean you're still inside the story. But you stepped into the epilogue where grace writes history, and heaven's record updates one final time for this phase. Status: untouchable. Lesson mastered. If peace has replaced a need to prove, type 999. The betrayers fulfilled their role, and you fulfilled your prophecy. Heaven's economy is precise. Nothing stolen stays missing forever. Every tear you shed was logged as currency. Every heartbreak stored as credit in the vault of restoration. Now the payout begins. The angels of reconciliation descend carrying scrolls, stamp compensation release. The record shows trust withdrawn, multiplied as discernment. Love betrayed, reborn as purpose. Silence endured, harvested as peace. Heaven refunds in higher forms. It never returns what you lost. It returns what you became. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. Joel 2, verse 25. First comes the inner deposit. Serenity that doesn't depend on circumstance. You wake with clarity instead of confusion. The air feels cleaner, time feels slower, and your own company finally feels like home. Then comes the external return. People arrive who speak the same frequency you fought to protect. They don't ask for proof, they recognize it. Where betrayal once fractured you, alignment now rebuilds you. These new alliances don't flatter, they fortify. Heaven's Bureau issues an internal memo, subject approved for new partnerships under truth-only clause. Every counterfeit connection expires automatically, for I know the plans I have for you. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Doors you never knocked on open quietly, as if embarrassed for taking so long. Opportunities that once ignored you now compete for your yes. Even your enemies begin to bless you by accident, speaking your name in rooms you'll soon enter. But the greatest compensation isn't applause or recognition. It's rest. Rest that reaches the marrow, that rewires the nervous system of your soul. You no longer chase. You attract by existing. Your peace pays interest daily. Heaven closes a transaction with a signature made of light. Case settled, loss converted to legacy. And the balance due reads 0, because the return was infinite. If restoration is finding you in forms you didn't expect, type 999. The refund has begun. Heaven pays back in peace and purpose. There comes a moment when heaven stops speaking and starts engraving. You feel it before you see it. A warmth in the center of your chest, spreading outward like sunrise beneath your skin. That is not adrenaline, it's certification. The Bureau of Divine Loyalty has issued your permanent clearance. An angel steps forward carrying a seal of molten gold, shaped not like a crown but a scar. He presses it gently over your heart. No burr, no mark, just a vibration and understanding, trusted by fire. I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. Isaiah 48, verse 10. Every betrayal that once bruised you now glows as proof of endurance. Pain, properly processed, becomes armor. Wounds you thought disqualified you now qualify you for discernment. The seal confirms it. You can't be deceived by what once destroyed you. Heaven uploads a new identifier to your spirit's database. Clearance level covenant. Every angel, every realm now recognizes your frequency as verified. You become the rare thing Earth cannot counterfeit. Loyalty that survived testing. The old fear of what if it happens again dissolves. It already did. It failed. The angel smiles, writing the final notation in light. Subject, immune to manipulation. Integrity irreversible. Around you, the air shifts. Even memories begin to obey this new law. They no longer sting, they instruct. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1 verse 6. You are not the same. The betrayal that once marked you has now made you. Every time your heart beats, it whispers its new password. Solid, sanctified, secure, And heaven's archive closes a chapter with one last radiant line. Seal applied. Trust restored / status. Unbreakable. If pain has turned into clarity and fear into confidence, type 999. The seal is on you now. Trusted by fire, protected by truth. Lord of truth. Keeper of my story. Architect of my renewal. I bring before you every name, every memory, every wound that once weighed my soul. Let the courtroom of heaven fall silent. The trial is over. Verdict delivered. All charges against me, dismissed in mercy. You raise your hands not in defense but surrender. Every ache that lingered, every unanswered why dissolves in light. Forgiveness floods like warm rain, washing away the dust of old narratives. This isn't weakness, it's divine hygiene. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Luke 23, verse 46. You breathe out betrayal. You inhale belonging. The same air that once carried accusation now carries assurance. Heaven doesn't erase your past. It anoints it. Every scar is renamed experience. Every loss becomes lesson. Angels move through the room like quiet archivists, collecting fragments of sorrow, sealing them in jars labeled redeemed. Where bitterness once nested, compassion now builds a temple. Where anger once demanded justice, peace now sits enthroned. Lord of endings that protect beginnings, rewrite my reflexes. Teach me to release before resentment roots, to bless even what bruised me, to see delay as discipline and silence as surgery. The room glows faintly. You feel something lift, not a ghost, not nostalgia, but the last residue of self-blame. The chains I should have known better fall off quietly. Heaven whispers, you did exactly what love would do. And you realize forgiveness wasn't a reward for closure. It was the key that unlocked it. Your breath steadies. Your heartbeat slows. You can finally rest, not because you've forgotten, but because you've transcended remembering. Seal me with wisdom, Lord. Let me never crave revenge when I can request revelation. Let me never curse the ending that guarded my becoming. Then comes a stillness, not empty, holy, a silence that hums with gratitude, and from within it, a whisper. It is finished and begun again. Heaven closes a file. Case completed / soul, recovered / status, redeemed. The prophecy of betrayal ends in peace. The story of pain ends in purpose. You rise, lighter, clearer, radiant. And the last line of this divine report appears, written in light across the horizon of your spirit. Heaven confirms the chosen has been restored. If you can feel the release settling in your chest, type 999. The investigation is over. The healing is complete. The prophecy fulfilled.